Hey, good evening. Crypt, hello. Graybeard, thanks for the 7 stream streak. Also, ooh, hopefully you guys are well. Um, I'm going to preface this. I am super low energy, but I want to play and I want to hang out. So here we are. Um, Let me know if I don't hear game volume. Is game volume actually? I don't know. It should be there. It helps if I would get on the game. There, now we can hear it. Um, KB, how are you? Good, sir. You know what? I need. Tell you what, I'm gonna just. I'll refund that because I am not having caffeine. It's too late for that shit. I need it, but it's too late. I'll be up all night, and you don't want that. Well, I don't want that. You might, but how you doing, KB? How do we preface this? So, okay, so it's a long weekend, so I'll be on tomorrow morning and Saturday morning, and probably, sorry, tomorrow, Saturday, following day, Sunday, and more than likely Monday morning as well. I've got some things to do around the house Saturday and or Sunday afternoon, but yeah, I bet I am exhausted, so I get it. Uh, but I have news. So, um, I was looking at payouts. KB, you deserve all the spankings, all of them. But I ended up getting the first monthly payout, and I went in and looked, and it doesn't look like I have any control over when the payout happens. Once it passes the threshold, they go sweep through their accounts. So, what I will do, probably tomorrow morning, and I've kind of thought how to do this, so I don't want to dox myself, and the payout note has my full name on it, and so took a screenshot of that, blurred out the important bits I need to give it the once over, but I will do my Twitch fund match tomorrow on stream. We'll do that while I'm caffeinating myself. But yeah, I want and need to make do on that particular promise, and will continue to do so, and I'll do that live. I just need to make sure that I'm not giving folks like Rome the opportunity to show up on my doorstep. That would be weird. So anyway, that's what's going on. For now, I have a confession. My intent was to not play this save unless I was streaming, but I'm finding it a challenge unless it's a Friday to be able to go live for any length of time, and by the time I get down here, it'd be like for 90 minutes, and I wouldn't get a whole lot done. So I spent quite a bit of offline time reworking my base, moving some things around. So there's probably a few of you here. I should probably do a poll, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue that save. It's the same seed, same start of the game, same goals, but I went through and did some stuff, and I can give a tour of that, and I unlocked a few things offline as well. But this game is so big and complex and long that I don't think it'll be a problem. There's still more than enough content, and I definitely still intend to finish all the tiers and complete whatever the mysterious objective is. So let's get started. I'll load that save. So, oops, actually, 1 second. I'm going to log out because my intent was to fully own X to main menu, to fully own my shame. So let's do that. So if I go over here to load, there's the save. This is the one that I've been playing. Now, I will admit that I was gone for probably 5 hours out of this, but if you notice, this is my current save. This is the save that I my last save from last Sunday. So on paper it looks like 14 hours. In reality, it was probably about 7 over the course of the week. But I think I've completely own that there's some serotonin hit I get with solving problems, and my other games weren't giving me that. So here we are. Anyway, let's go, and I'll show off my shame as well. Okay, so where we were at last time, I broke my power grid. As you can see, I'm gonna go climb up on this tower, and I'll actually load that save maybe if you're interested. But I had this whole area filled with machines. Yeah, and I'll explain why. That was part of the reason I thought it would be a good idea. I'll explain what happened. So I broke it a few times, but the way I broke it this time, this time had to do with water. So how those coal power generators work? You feed them coal, in that particular spot. So Mad Cat Terran, who recommended that I go to that particular spot, it's well suited for a whole lot of coal power. So it's got ready access to water. It's got 4 very closely packed coal nodes that will give you 60 coal per minute, and that 60 coal a minute is 4 generators. And I don't know if you remember, there is a formula that you have 8 coal power plants and 3 of the water pumps make a kind of a cluster, and the math all works out. The water will be continuous there, but what I did wrong the first time was with the water. I had too many pipes, not full. I missed a few spots on the conveyors, and what you learn quickly is if you've got a conveyor that's coming in at 120 a minute, and you forget to upgrade one, or you accidentally put a 60-minute one in there, it really screws things up. So that was the problem there. In the course of fixing that, I realized that how I had that built was making it more complicated than it needed to. So I rebuilt that entire coal power plant also. And then what I did, and is after I've watched some folks on YouTube. Put it on your wish list, Crypt. I'll keep an eye out. But I had a whole bunch of machines here. It was kind of inefficient. I wasn't using my new screw recipe. So I tore a lot of this down. So I'll start from over in this direction. So right down there where I'm pointing, I'll go over there. Oh, gotcha. There's a limestone node. So I am making cement. So I've rethought my you bring all the raw materials strategy just a little bit. Where I can, if I have a raw material, I will move it into its next form. Like so for copper and iron, I'll convert them to ingots on the site, and then I'll transport those ingots to a factory where they're needed. I still want to do the campus concept, so all of these areas will likely be underneath of my intent is still to cover this whole floor in some fashion, and then I'll build factories going up over the top of it, but these will be the lower layers, and I'll do lighting and I'll have that stuff and clean it up, but I don't have the right tooling for the save yet to be able to do that efficiently. But this base will be the base of everything I do here, and then I'll make railroads to the places that I need. So anyway, there's limestone there. There's a coal node. You can just kind of see it, and I don't think there's a way to zoom in, but there's a coal node right there. Oh, cool. I have that same problem, Crypt. I absolutely have that same problem. But yeah, this copper mine, I'll probably turn that into copper sheets. That's a little sub project that I will get that taken care of. I haven't figured out how I'm going to get it to where it needs to go. But right now, the copper node that I initially set up here is coming up, and it's making copper wire and wire that I use for power. And it's probably worth doing a little bit of explaining here. So that's the awesome sink. So this whole setup here, it'll change a little bit once I unlock a few things, but essentially what's happening here is I've got, the way copper works. Oh, KB. I like that one. If I were playing Farming Simulator, that would be much better. But so I'm taking that coal node, and I'm splitting the output. So that's what's happening here. So this is just wire. It comes down here to this splitter. Now I didn't have this center portion set up, but what my goal is to have this storage thing. So that's intentional, Crypt. So what you'll find is as you start building, so this is full. Now what would normally happen is this whole production line would just stop, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but this is purely for raw materials. So I didn't want to lose the ability to get fix-it tickets to unlock cosmetics and things. So what I did on both sides, because I know I'm going to need copper wire and I know I'm going to need wire. So this is the stuff here. It's used in a whole bunch of things. So I set it up so, and how splitters work. There's a lot of math. The other thing I did just for awareness is that these are set up so I can expand them if I need to. Meaning I upgrade the belts, I get more copper into the line, and I can speed up this production pretty quickly. But what happens here is normally a splitter, it takes whatever's coming in and splits it equally in half. So if it's coming in at 60 per minute, you can split it up to 3 ways. So if you need 20 per minute going one way and 20 per minute going the other way, that's easy to do. But what it will also do when parts of it back up, it will send the entire flow out one of the sides. So what's happening here is because this is full, and if I were to take some wire out, it would flow in again until this filled up. The rest of it is going over to this other belt, getting merged onto a faster belt that then I'm using in the Awesome Sink to get tickets to use in the Awesome Shop. So hopefully that makes sense. And I didn't want to lose out on that. It also keeps your power system from fluctuating. So when your stuff isn't running at full efficiency, you get a lot more of this up and down. Yeah. I mean, you can do it any way you want, but because I've played through once, I'm like, you know what? I don't need to worry about this. Eventually, what I want to happen is there's some things you unlock that will let you be smarter about it. So there's a thing called a smart splitter that you can say, okay, if I have 3 things coming in on a belt, or 2 things, is send that one thing out the right side, send the other thing out the left side, and send let's make it easy. I have 3 things coming in, and I've got to bring it in on a belt. I can use that smart splitter to sort it. But it does have a setting to say, okay, I really want, let's say there's a belt and it's going east to west, and I've got a storage thing. I want to store, wire in one and copper wire in the other. I can have 2 of those on the belt at the same time and say, guess what? Only send this one thing. Everything else, send out the other, where I want it to go. And it's a way you can easily sort things. And it makes the both the storage for use and the some of the mid to late game stuff work a little better. So I'm just trying to be a little smarter about it. So this will run indefinitely, and I can go to any of these machines, grab the tickets, go over here to the store, and buy what I need. So that's, I went ahead and fixed the power, and then as I was doing that, I said, okay, well, it's time to kind of rebuild things. And how I was building my production lines, it was inefficient. So I decided, you know what the heck, I'm gonna retool this, and that's when I broke I actually exceeded the power of the system itself. So I had to go back and say, okay, the 4 coal generators needs to be expanded to 8, and then that's why it took so long. It would have been fun seeing me bang my head against the wall and tear shit down and rebuild it. And then earlier today, I was looking at hard drives. Huh. A little earlier for Caterium wire. Iron wire might be good. It goes right to... Okay, so that goes to a constructor. Okay. I'm going to hold on to that for now, because I don't really need it. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. So let me... so right now what I have is a single constructor making reinforced iron plates. This is something you'll need forever. So this is doing its thing. I'm using the new recipe so I can use 60 per minute, 60 incoming ingots per minute, and make 5 reinforced plates per minute, and basically just scale that indefinitely. And then what I will end up doing once this gets closer to being full is this splitter right here will get connected to this sink. Well, I could do 69 a minute. And maybe I will just for you. But this will get over here. This will get sent over here as well. So the production will keep going, and I'll generate tickets. So I emptied this a little earlier today, and I'm back up to 9 tickets. So it's pretty good. Eventually, what'll happen is as you start building more things and you do this, it will eventually fill everything up. So I still need to. I need to build a line for modular frames and motors. And if you remember the smart plates above, they use, if I remember correctly, modular frames and motors. We can look that up. So we hit O, type in the smart plate. Yeah, smart plating. Yeah, so it's in an assembler, and it's, oh yeah, it's reinforced plates and rotors. So eventually I'll have I'll have the components themselves, so if I need to make them by hand, I can. But I can also set up an assembler to make them for me. So there we go. So I've got 2 more production lines to build up here. But let's go down to the bottom of, to the bowels of our factory. So you'll see I've got 3 separate lines coming up here. And I'm less than thrilled with this setup, but it'll work in a pinch. I completely reworked this thing down here. All right, so I reoriented my my miners and put 6. I put 6 smelters down here in batches of 2, and these take 30 a minute of ore, put out 30 ingots per minute. So every line that comes out, comes out of one, goes into the other, and I peel it off, and that's one of the lines that goes up top. So that way I can take that 60, that 69, actually just for you, KB, I'm going to say 69 every time now. But that's 69 ingots per minute and do something useful with it. I also did the same thing with the limestone to make concrete, so that's being made on site. And this takes 45 a minute. I could have overclocked this, but I didn't really need concrete. Eventually, I will speed that up. So right now that comes out at 45. I didn't see any reason to have that messing with my power grid, so I didn't do it. What did I... And really what my plan here is just to get things up top. Eventually what I'll do is I'll probably just build something that goes up there. That way I don't have to come down and see that. KB. There's only a few of those in there. So hopefully I don't say too much stupid shit. I expect that won't last very long. I will say stupid shit all over. But yes, my wife absolutely said that. I heard that joke the other day, I think. So anyway, same deal here. This is, I think, an impure node. Yeah, impure node. You get 45 a minute. And I'm just merging the, yeah, I know, right? So anyway, I'm merging it all together. So that's the other thing. Didn't really change the function, but I streamlined it. You'll notice that none of this was here. There's another limestone node up there. So, and just for the benefit of folks who haven't played, kind of the approach I'm taking is I'm going to cover everything up eventually, but until then, I'm going to conserve resources. So I take the limestone up there, merge it with the limestone over there into a single line, and everything gets turned into concrete and stored. There's that. So these are iron. And while I was out here, I put miners on everything that I intended to use. So it would... I don't think it'll mark it on my map just yet, but when I do things like thing for iron, everything with a check mark is something I've put a... oh, I missed one over there. Go figure. I'll put one on the way over. But everything that I've got, everything has a check mark. I've put something on, which means I can go look for the tower and call it good. So there's that. So I've got one over here on the other side of this mountain that I haven't dealt with. But let's go talk power. And I'll go over to the other limestone up here. And this kind of puts me in a position to, I have to go, oh no, that's so bad, but so good. I think what it is, as a dad, I really, really wish that I could, you know, I'm certainly capable of coming up with them organically, but when Saribot does it, it hurts me. Anyway, so pure limestone by default. So this one's a little different just for awareness. So this, a pure node gives 120 limestone a minute. So what I had to do here, if I remember correctly, no. Okay. Yeah, so what I did here is I took this node, and this is where the math gets funky. Oh, no. I mean, technically true. All right, let's see who else I can have up here on my other side machine, because it looks like ADR decided to log off. That. I'm gonna do that. All right. Yeah, let's get my girl Nikki up. All right. Sorry about that. So anyway, what I had to do is, I ended up putting 3 machines here, all underclocked to as close to 40 as I could get it. That way I would be sending out, still less than 60, but I wouldn't be wasting anything. This will pretty much run indefinitely, without a lot of fluctuation. But like when you look at a power pole, a lot of this stuff here is something stopping running and then starting up again. So there's that bit. And we're gonna go over to our lake. And I can at least demonstrate what happened and why. The one thing I find funny, especially on YouTube, if you search for a video on anything, your shorts and your recommendations. Oops, hold on. Good. Oops, hold on. I don't want to do that. Ah. don't know what key I hit, but anyway, if you remember what that looked like last time, it was much, much higher. And that was part of my problem. So those, and I was doing funky stuff with, like, I had that third generator because, when he said, 3 water extractors, 3 cold generators, I tried to shoehorn what I did and kind of make it work. And what ended up happening is I would starve a machine, and then they would get out of sync, and they started shutting down, and it was a cascading failure. So I got it fixed, and then I needed to expand. And when I started to expand, I realized what I was trying to do wasn't going to work. And I don't fully understand the math, but what I had decided to do instead was make it easier for me to expand. Because if you remember, there's 4 nodes over here. I'm using 2 of them. One's got rocks on it that I have to blow up. But for now, I could easily put it in a second line here and do another 8 generators. And that gives me another 600 kilowatts of power. Or no, is it kilowatts? Yeah, I think it's kilowatts of power. And it's stable, meaning it's unlike the other systems. Once this is working, unless I trip a breaker, delete something that I don't mean to, like a power pole, it'll just work and it'll go forever. But the way the math works is that 120 ore per minute goes right into these evenly, and then I don't remember what the water count is. We'll go down and look, but these 3 will feed all of them, all 8 of them, but these pipes can only do 300 cubic meters per minute. And so, and I don't understand the math. This is the part where it's a little fuzzy, but if you put it in a loop like this, and what must happen is it must take and split the flow and fill the whole thing up. So it'll go both ways. Haha. So the net effect is you're not pushing more than 300 per minute anywhere, and that's how it works. The funny thing is getting it started when the whole system was down was interesting. So what I had to do is I had to put 4 biomass burners in set up down there. I had to disconnect it from the rest of the power network because it didn't have enough power to push everything. And what I was trying to do was get it started so the coal was being fed properly, and the water was getting fed properly, and I needed to have the system charged before I could start them up. So we'll go down and look, and then I'll explain the thing I sat here literally and stared at for 2 hours, which you guys could have made fun of me, and I would have deserved it. But Crypt, if you play, what you're going to find is that you're going to run into situations you're like, why the fuck did I do that? And how did I miss it? But what I had to do initially, so I turned the power on. All of these guys were charging these pipes. And I kind of waited until most of them were full. I'm going to try to drop down in here so I can point at stuff. Yeah, okay. Ouch. So I tried to start that one because it's closest to the input of coal. Okay? And rather than looking at it, you can see the smoke, right? The way that this fuel coming in is set up is different than what you saw before. There was only 4 of them. So it's coming in at 120 per minute. So what happens is that splitter splits it evenly in half. So, and this belt, and this is another nuance, right, with belts. This is before I've started doing any math. Is that you can take 120 per minute, or let's just say you've got more. And if you put a belt coming out of one side, it will only ever do 60, and the rest of it will get split evenly. So let's just, the generator only takes 15, so it's going to fill up quick. And the whole theory is this is a manifold setup, where it takes a little while to spin up, but all the coal will fill up first, all the buffers will get full, and then the bulk of it, you can kind of see it happening, right? You see this flow coming in. There's only a few missing, and as you go down further down the line, it eventually stops. It starts to back up. So as in this case, I don't think this one will ever be fully full, because the math works out that's 120. But the goal is that if you load up the buffers on these guys, they'll just run indefinitely, and that's what you want. But it took a while to get going. Now, what happened was, and I stared at it for quite a while, is this guy would run, and then every time that I thought I was done, power would go down, the breaker would flip, and I had to go, especially when I just deleted everything, everything would shut down. I have to redo it all. And I was troubleshooting, and I'm sitting here, literally sitting like this, and this particular belt, I noticed it was going slower, but I didn't think anything of it. This one wasn't a Mark II. In other words, it was coming, it would hit this belt here at 120, here at 60. So what was happening is I'd get everything ready to go. Once it burned the fuel and the buffer, it was shut down because it was being starved. So I fixed that, and then I stared at it for a little bit, and I could only ever keep the first couple of these running. And then I looked at this one, and this one, after me staring at it for 2 hours, was also at 60. So when I went through it, and I'm like, you know what, screw it. All of these are now the tier 2 belts. You can tell by the size of the, if I can show you here. Tier 1 belt has that little yellow band that's pretty narrow, or pretty short. The 60 is a little higher. The higher tiers have a different way. They look different. So now everything finally is running, and what I would expect to see is, if I look at this machine, it's getting just barely enough fuel, and that's okay. It's continuously running, and it's keeping itself going. Now, if I look at this guy here, it's in about the same state. So what I should probably do while I'm here is top load a few of these, so if something happens, like I need to move some belts around, that I don't lose power. But anyway, that's the theory behind it. It would run these indefinitely. Another way you could approach this is do one less, so there's more input than it needs, and then at the end, send whatever's left to an awesome sink, and you're good. So I cleaned this whole area up. Yeah, you could. Oh, yeah, wandering, that's a good idea. I don't think I'd thought of that. But a loop would do the same thing, although I'd be curious to know if... Well, I guess it depends on how much you're sending into it. But if you run into situations where the loop gets full too. I've always kind of gravitated towards top loading initially, and then that way, if there's ever a need for a buffer, I could, like, there's nothing there, but I could easily pick up. Yeah, it's just thinking those cases where what'll probably end up happening is, once I get these two nodes going, and that won't be for a little while. And thanks for stopping by, Wandering. It's good to see you. Once I get these two going, my thought was I would actually connect these two to this belt, and then these two to the other belt that feeds the other 8 that I'll put in there. But let me see if there's see what the buffer looks like over here, and if I can just grab some and drop it in those two, just so if something happens. Yeah, so see if I do that. That'll give me enough to keep those going, and it doesn't really impact the flow.
Make way, villainy! Hero coming through!
Ewu baby, thanks for the follow, welcome. Hopefully you're having a good night tonight. But yeah, what I'll do is it doesn't really impact the flow, but I can go drop this in those last two, and then that way I've got a buffer for anything that might happen down the road. Yeah, apparently my eyes are old. There we go. Helps if I push my glasses up. Yeah. So this is my second save, and I'm putting in the first coal power plant, and it's been a while since I've done it, so I had to relearn everything that I'd forgotten about coal. Now I haven't finished the game before. I think I stopped at nuclear. Yeah, and I even set up the poles, so, and hopefully I did it right, so I can leave a nice. Yeah, but I stopped it. I haven't done nuclear, and I don't remember why I stopped. I probably got distracted with something, but I'm kind of having a different approach this time too, because I dropped things down and was going to try to make everything on site, and realized that I was going to have to go find another place to build, and at the time it was just not something that I wanted to spend time on, so I didn't do it. Okay, so I got that. Let's go here. Now, the one thing I don't like about this setup, and it won't be a big deal in a little bit, but getting to the machines is kind of a hassle. Okay, so just these two. Okay, so you ran your own server, and yeah, conveniently forgot to back it up, or oopsied it. I've never done that. Nope, never. So this should be good. I've got enough of a buffer now. So, and yeah, Iwu, I started. My initial save actually wasn't here, so I'm actually having to learn this area a little bit. I kind of skipped over it. I did the, was it the dry desert? It's the one to the northeast of here, is where I started. So I'm pretty familiar with that. I'm kind of trying to avoid having to go over there, because I kind of remember where everything is at. But my thought here is that yes, I issue the permits. I do the inspections thumbs. Yeah. I thought about that. I need to go on a I need to go make what the heck are those? I've got old man tired brain. Yes, I also levy the fine, so it's a closed loop. Yeah, slugs. I haven't left this area, surprisingly. What I would do before is I'd set up whatever, like I'd start a stage. Like you'll see I've got the smart plating done. When I did that before I re-architected, but I let that roll. Normally what I get everything ready to go, and once. Yeah, if you type in Discord, you should have the link there. But normally I would let it run, and then I go out and look for stuff. I go out and grab slugs and fight with the wildlife and grab their stuff. Look for hard drives, that kind of thing. And I'm at the point. Oh yeah, look at that. I missed one. Okay. All right, let's get that done. Which way do I have those guys pointing? Yeah. No. Yeah. There we go. All right. At least now I know that I've got it. All right. Good stuff. All right. So I guess the question is, so I've got 4 normal iron nodes. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. That's impure. Remind me what impure is. 30 a minute. I probably have to overclock that. It's also impure. No, type in exclamation point Discord. Okay, I think these are all impure. That's right. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm very much a variety streamer. And I know quite a few folks, but I'm just getting back into streaming. I took quite a long hiatus, and I do this for fun. It is certainly not something I'm not looking to have it be my career or anything. Not by any stretch. Alright, so let's get this out of the way. So I play quite a few games, a lot, you know, shooters, RPGs, these things. The Satisfactory actually is surprisingly one of the few... Yeah, let me try it. Huh. 1 second. I may have forgotten to update that command. Let's do that. Okay, where's my server? And then, okay, give that. What? Okay. Apparently any and all technical expertise that I had. All right, let's do this. Apparently my right-click copy and my paste does not work in this browser window. What the hell? Said I copied it. There we go. I got the right one. Yes. Okay. All right, that should be the one. And while I'm at it, I will fix the command to have the new link. And I'm going to apologize in advance. You have to see my work face. So I'll move it over here where I can see it. But my work face is a mixture of pain and disgust most days. All right, there's Discord. Oh yeah, that link is ancient and not... Actually, let me just take one more look here. And we'll at least make sure the invite link is good. Yeah. Yeah, but that one should work. I know when I set it up, I wanted a static invite link. So that hopefully it's the same one. All right, that should do it. That should do it. Cool. So I got it. I got your friend request. So, Iwu, I'll be blunt. I've been in technology a long time. I'm usually leery of friend requests, but feel free to hang out on the server. I've been doing this a long enough time that I have a bit of a natural wariness. But yeah, no, come in, hang out, enjoy. Enjoy your time, have fun with us. This is genuinely a good group of people that come in to chat and hang out. So, but yeah, have a good time. All right, so we did power. Now what we need to do is decide if we're going to do those iron plates, the copper for copper, or I'm sorry, those to iron ingots, and the copper, heck. The hell are these? Yeah, copper sheets. Duh. Okay. Yeah, so whether I'm going to bring the copper sheets over here, I think I am. And what I might do, I'm just thinking this through a little bit. is how to expand this so it's not quite so busy up there. Well, it's not skepticism, right? My background is in technology, and I've security, internal, external, system administration, network, all of that stuff, and I've seen things and had to be involved in things that yeah. So wondering, there's always a meme, and this was always a thing where you see people doing, steepling their hands and thinking big thoughts. I've had to steeple my hands and think big thoughts. So I tend to get wary about when folks are, at least on the internet, right? And there's nothing personal, Ewu, for sure. But Discord especially, I know folks that have that's one of those vectors. I'm like, you know what? I don't know you well enough just yet. But yeah, hang out in the Discord. Yes, wandering. Yes. Yeah, and thumbs. I am going to go vertical for sure. But what I'm thinking about is how I want to lay it out. Because again, I think I wanted this to be a campus of sorts, and eventually, what I think I might do when I get to trains is negative on the z-axis. Is that a math joke, thumbs? I'm honestly too. If it is, I think I get it. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. So eventually I'll then close this, and maybe I flatten it all out. Maybe what I do, and this is maybe where I thought I'm using those big, tall, 4-meter foundations. I probably should flip over to 2, and do like a logistics floor is what I should do. But I don't know if I'm ready yet. I really want to have blueprints, and I want to have I need to go through and build some. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ewo. So when before you joined, I was talking about YouTube searches. I don't know if you have seen, was it Gaming with Doc? It's like an old math teacher, but he does quite a few YouTube tutorials, and I find a lot of them really interesting. Especially the logic behind how like you can do load balanced splitters. And that's one way to do it. I tend to do manifolds just because they're easy and I don't have to do math. Yeah, wandering. I feel that. Eventually, what ends up happening, I look at this and I'm like, I could have done this better. And then the engineer. So there's a whole deal with engineers and not maybe engineers and architects, or mathematicians or physicists or whatever. Physicists and folks in that kind of very heavy theoretical area normally need to be very precise, and it has to be exact. Where engineers that's good enough. So I think I've said it probably 1,000 times in the streams that I've done, where that's good enough. I'll come back and fix it later. So yeah, wondering. I'm definitely trying to avoid too much spaghetti, which is actually why I'm spreading out now. So, and my biggest concern is once I get up here, how am I going to deal with the space that I haven't accounted for yet? So maybe, you know what, I gotta figure it out. I like the idea of logistic floors, so at least the spaghetti you don't see. But I want to template those out. Yeah, well, as long as the whale doesn't do where is he? The big, long-legged tick-looking thing that when you bounce off the top of. I find him to be the most annoying because him and the stupid birds. because they're invariably where I am building, and you can't move them. But you know what's really fun? This makes them go away. Oh yeah. I did that on my other save. I kind of felt bad, but I was trying to build over the lake, and he literally would not move out of it. No matter what I did, he would not move out of it. And then he got stuck. So I was really doing him a favor. But yeah, Ewu, that's cool. I'd love to take a look. I'm interested, actually very interested in how people approach things. Mad Cat. I'm gonna do some math, Mad Cat. It is, you are 10 hours ahead, so it's 6 a.m. for you? Did I do that right? Anyway, welcome, my friend. Hopefully you are well. Oh, come on. I have to do math on... I'm doing time zone conversions. I seem to recall a 5 a.m. So you're GMT +1, right? Good morning. Go have some tea or coffee. But it's good to see you. Surprised you're up this early on a Saturday. But what was I talking about? When I was distracted by Mad Cat's boisterous arrival. God damn it. All right. Can I refund you from here, Baja? No. Damn it. Okay. Let's see. Now I'm finding maybe what I ought to do, because I've been hesitant to go live in the evenings, but maybe I'm not gonna. I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that so much and just do it, because I've wanted to, and that way my shame will be on full display, which is much more fun. Okay, so let's do this. I need steel. I'm not ready for steel just yet. I need to let's go take care of what I was going to take care of when I initially started this whole process, which is getting copper sheets going, because I don't have a source of those that's reliable. So we'll let's go take care of that now. So let's run power. And how am I going to do that? So half the fun of this game is figuring out logistics. Eventually, all these belts are going to get replaced by trains or something else. And that'll be a whole bunch of other fun. Oh, I know what I was... Okay. I remembered what my plan was. So let's... Nope, I don't... I redid all of my hotkeys, so I should probably... And I wish it would default to Zoop. Alright. So we're gonna get that in there. Yeah, I really like trains too. I originally wanted to do drones, but opted not to. Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. I'll take a look for sure. But let's just get this set up. I like running all these on foundations because at least it looks clean, and then I don't have to wrestle too much if I've done everything properly. I don't have to wrestle too much with the terrain. All right, so I can hit Q for that, but let's go. Yeah, cool. But yeah, part of my YouTube, and apparently I've got the attention span of a squirrel this evening. Part of my YouTube shorts journey has been looking at people that do crazy things. Like, and I don't know if I mentioned this the other day. I mean, I think I did on Sunday. Somebody did the Terrell Corporation pyramid in the desert, and the images in the video were crazy. Yeah. Okay, so this, okay, let's do that. I think we'll use these big, tall foundations for... do I want to go up? I guess I'm gonna have to go up there. So let's just make it happen. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut across. Nope. Zoop. Yep. There we go. So wandering, I think I meant to ask you. So for the tea drinkers that are here, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I do like to give tea drinkers kind of a hard time. But I've had to basically admit that I'm an idiot. But what kind of tea do you typically drink? Because I actually found a tea that I very much enjoy. Ah, sweet tea. Okay. Yeah, as I get older, my tolerance for sweets is for anything sweets, regardless of whether it's actually sweet or not. Is that I very much have a hard time with anything that's overly sweet and avoid it. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is. All right. So there's that. And then what I can do. So the reason I ask is one of the folks that I watch in the mornings is very British, very Midland UK kind of person, and talks about Yorkshire Gold like it's the best thing ever. It's been hold on. It cannot have been an hour already, but here we are. It has been an hour. I'm gonna pause ads, but until I finish talking about me having to eat crow. The talks about Yorkshire Gold like it's everything. Yes, yes. So thumbs. I don't know if I showed you this. Let me see if I can. For this particular person, because he had microwave and any variation on microwave banned in his his bot, I made this um, to troll him with. And if you look real close, yeah. Now I kind of felt bad after the fact because he was getting pretty salty. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure he got it. But anyway, so I fast forward to recently. So a mutual friend of all of ours, J94 Gaming, sent me a care package from the UK, and when he was asking me what I wanted or what I would like in the care package, in addition to some other things. Wandering, that's a gentleman by the name of Mike Rowe. If you're in the U.S., and I was gonna ask where, I don't remember exactly where you're from, but he did a show on our Discovery Channel called Dirty Jobs. So that's where at least Americans know him from. But yeah, his name is Mike Rowe, and he's waving. See what I did there? Yeah. So then you probably heard of Mike Rowe. I found a picture of him and just made made an image. I took like an hour or two trying to find one that looked enough like him and had enough of him waving yeah. But yeah, anyway, the the got it. I tried it. I not actually. I like the Yorkshire Gold very much, to the point where once I get through it, I will order some more. Now, it's not a replacement for coffee for me, like in the morning, but certainly if it's in the afternoon where I need something hot, I'm all over it. I normally don't like tea, and this is the right mix of strong and oh shoot, wow, yes. Uh, People say that. I don't believe them. Yeah, yeah. That voice, that was your outdoor voice. I just realized as I building this that I very much need to get this foundation set up so I can make these into ingots very quickly. So I think I'm gonna like that, not one bit. Let's see if we can switch to the shorter tiles. Yeah. Now, are we talking about the same Yukon Gold thumbs? Because I'd be very interested to see how you steep your Yukon Gold. Yeah, that's what I thought. So do you steep them? And then how do you prefer them? Hot, cold, sweet? You add a little milk to them? Now I'm not going to be able to unthink that. Yeah, we're going to go with these guys. Because those other ones are just too tall. And we'll clear. There we go. But the real question is, do you drink them? Yeah, so the funny thing, not the funny thing. Actually, hold on a second. What's in this cup? Oh, all right. I think this is now literally unplayable for me. It looks an awful lot like coffee, but now I can't choose what it looks. Oh, I take that back. It looks like coffee. I should be able to change it to black, which is the way I typically take my coffee. It's the running joke. I take my coffee like I like my soul. Bitter and hot. Wait, no, my soul isn't hot. What am I saying? Yeah, maybe it's, you know, I take my coffee like my soul. Cold and bitter. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I can get rid of that. I'm just gonna make this platform. Oh crap, I didn't want to do that. Oh, get away, tree. Get away, tree. Be gone. And I know there's a way for me to point my mouse at something and select it, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what that is. All right, so we're going to over-engineer this just a little bit. And aesthetically, I don't like things that float. So we're gonna at least, no, don't zoop that way, zoop this way. So at least it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm one of those people, I don't yuck anyone's yum, unless I know you well enough to know that you'll take it in the way I intend it. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, so let's does that work? Is that gonna work? I need to do some math here. No, I need this. So that, okay, that's at 60 a minute. So all right. Again, don't like this. That is too tall. So we're gonna do this. Bye-bye. And what I'm doing for folks like Crypt. Well, so okay, so here's the thing. Like I am all for having a good laugh. I try not to give people shit unless they know me well enough. Maybe you do, Wandering. I just I don't like easy humor. I try to be what's the word I'm looking for? I try to make sure that my efforts at humor. No, I'm very much avoiding saying that particular word, thumbs. And I know you well enough to know that if I do say that word, because you're trying now, I got you. And you know, now of course, because I have no self-control, I'm now playing. What are antonyms for hard or synonyms for hard? And I'll be doing that for the rest of the night. So thank you. I need to unequip that because I don't need that. This is the one I need. All right. Oh, and I'm going to run ads. So I'll just hit pause while ads are going. I've only got one snooze left, and I've only been live for an hour. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So wandering. Yeah. Yeah. I think we get along well anyway. We'll get along famously. I take great delight in watching the look of utter sadness. Oh, no worries, dude. No thumbs. Don't sweat it, man. Um, and so what? Like, I think Iwu and yeah, Iwu. So one thing I haven't talked about yet, and I generally don't until I make a mistake, and it may not happen tonight. Any income I make here is getting donated to a charity called Games for Love. You can see actually the progress bar. That's why it's there. And there was a message that was in chat earlier. That basically when I make a mistake, something happens, I'll ask for a quick donation. But the thought is, it's every stream. I'm not looking, a dollar here, a dollar there, whatever people can do or can't do. That's fine. Is everything goes to charity. So subs, bits, any ad revenue, all goes to that. That's my goal. And then yes, that is very turgid of me. Is I will and the first payout was earlier this week. I was actually kind of surprised to see it. I was thinking through how I was going to do it. So tomorrow morning, the other thing I do is I'll match all of any revenue that's made. I've got to figure out how to capture it. Like I'll match the direct donations too. So I just need to do a little bit of math, document it, and I'll do that tomorrow, and we'll do the first donation. So every time there's a payout, I'm going to track it. I want to do like a pretty graph of the donations over time. And I know folks may be in ads, or I may have to repeat this, but that's the plan. I led with that because I was trying to figure out when and where and how. So I think maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll do the Twitch stuff as it happens. Welcome back, Mad Cat. Yeah, I'll do the Twitch income matches as they happen, and then I'll look at the donations to the charity, and maybe I'll do that on a quarterly basis, and we'll match that. And then anything that I match, I am submitting for corporate match. So it's good stuff. So, but yeah, thumbs, don't sweat it, dude. I am the last person to. I'm doing the same thing. If you notice, I'll do my matches, but I've toned down quite a bit. All right, so I need, and I wish I had the blueprints yet. So we're gonna get up here so I can see, but I need some smelters. Oh, and I'm avoiding the whole you smelter, you delter. Welcome back, Wandering. Actually, I'm not avoiding it. I literally just said it out loud. All right, so we'll make this semi-pretty. Okay. And I'm very studiously not going to worry about exact compression yet until yeah, I think that works. Let's see if I got the math right. All right, so for copper ingots, no, I only need 2. Yeah, I feel it the other way around. Like if I go look for something weird. So for example, I got gifts for my kids, and their mats for underneath of their cars when they pull in the. Did I put this the right way? Yeah, I did. I bought them mats, and I searched a couple of places for it, and literally for 2 weeks afterwards, all I get are auto mat, like the things you put in your garage. So if you come in and you're driving in the snow, it's not directly on your garage floor. But that's literally all I get now is automotive mats and oil changing accessories. And not that I can't do it, I just don't. It's forever, and heaven forbid I look for something else that's odd. All right, so let's put some power poles in. Get that going. Yeah, good. I need to do some more math. Oh yeah, what kind of truck do you have? I'm gonna guess that it's probably some sort of extended cab thing with a full-size bed, or it's 4-wheel drive, or some combination of that. Yeah. So what we'll do is we're gonna put a splitter. Is it 7? Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That definitely makes sense why it doesn't fit. Okay. And yep, good. Hopefully. No, of course not. What the hell? Am I? Of course I am. Which one of these is off kilter? This is the one thing. Okay, it's not the one thing. There's many things, but this is the one thing I get why I get salty about it. I spend more time adjusting. Okay. Yeah, so that's on that side. Okay, that is better, and that way I can put my splitter here. Let's make sure I got the input set properly. Yeah, that should be better. And this is super quick and dirty. Ewu. One of the things that I did before is I actually started to blueprint this out. So, but I haven't unlocked them here, and I'm gonna rebuild them just so people can see how they do it. So, Mad Cat, funny that you mentioned that. I think while you were away, I think I actually said out loud, I know there's a way to point at something and copy it, so I didn't have to look it up every time. But I can't remember the key combination, and I haven't bothered to look it up. So thank you. You get an extra big hug when we meet. All right, so we're going to just do that directly to the input. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it was really funny. I knew it. And I used to use it all the time. But you know how that goes. All right, so copper ingots, good. I do know that I can point at something and hit Control C and Control V, which is super nice. Well, nah, it's all good. No, I take that back. Wandering, how dare you? How dare you forget? How dare you not pay attention to me? No, that is absolutely not how I roll. What? All right. Seriously, I'm out of plates. So I very much need to get dimensional depots unlocked. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I gotta go on a plate run. Because once you get dimensional depots, you're spoiled for life. You run around, collect enough Mercer spheres to build the depots, and then You rarely run out of stuff unless you're building something very large. And like I sat on radar towers for a while. Yeah, that is true. Well, eventually, like once you like tier 3 and tier 4 belts, it wasn't plates, it was aluminum. But fortunately, I can just go grab a couple hundred right now. Note that I'm not. Was it you that was telling me, wandering, that you had a buddy that would that you go into his factory and like delete one of the wall-mounted power nipple things to mess with him because he was terrible, or they were terrible. I don't know if who it was, but yeah, okay, that is funny. Yeah, I do my best not to go outside most days. I can do it. I had to do it today because my kid needed a security blanket. Oh, this is new. So I don't know if you're seeing this. You guys probably know this, but I hit shift just as I was hitting the ground, and it kept me on my parachute for quite a while. All right, so let's get this done. All right, so what I didn't do, like a knucklehead, is I didn't do power. Arc Knight Enfield. There. I'm just helping you out, buddy. It sounds familiar, but I could be confusing it with a whole bunch of things, so I'm gonna say no. Yeah, your friend sounds like a real treasure. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so how much of it's gotcha, how much of it's waifu, and how much of it's building? Gotcha. I should say got you, because if the way I say it sounds weird. All right, so Mad Cat, I could kiss you for reminding me about the middle mouse button thing. Can I do an extra short one? No. Oh god, I hate that. No. All right, so we'll do that and that. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go here. And is that in the middle? No, it's not in the middle. It's right there. Yeah, we'll go. That is close enough. Okay, I got 700 plates. We're good. So yeah, the goal here is I'm gonna get. This is absolutely 100% going to be just copper sheets. And I will route that back. And maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna route it back over to, I won't take it all the way up for now. I'll route it over there, and that's where, no, that won't work either. So I think I'm gonna route it back to the central area. So it's just gonna be a lot of belts for now. Wandering, my username? Oh, Baja. Is that an original? Baja. But no, wandering. My username. I'm curious which mech. Because I'm very much. Oh, his. Yes. Okay. And wandering. Are you a BattleTech fan? Because most people don't know what a Mad Cat is, and that it's a mech, or a battle mech, it should say. I'm gonna guess yes. And maybe you're gonna remind me that we talked about the BattleTech. Okay, yeah, I thought maybe we talked about this too, about the hair. Okay, yeah, we talked about the Harebrained Schemes game then too, didn't we? Okay, it's all coming back to me. Don't get old, kids. It's no fun. Oh, we haven't? Okay, so I have been I first played BattleTech Wandering in the early 90s, like 92, 90, yeah, 92, 93. Okay, hold on. Harebrained Schemes. Sorry. So let me save this real quick. And I think maybe what I can do is this. And KB, my wife very much has quite a few non sequiturs. Yeah, so I've got quite a bit of BattleTech board game stuff around. And Harebrained Schemes is a software company. They did a Kickstarter in the mid 20 teens that um, that is the board game. There is an adaptation of the board game. Okay, so they don't have that there, so it's probably no, screw it, we'll do it this way. They did this game. And it is a pretty decent adaptation of the BattleTech board game. And they did a story in the kind of inner periphery. Yeah. So I think initially this was set in like the 3020s, 3030 time frame. So third succession war kinds of things. But there's a whole bunch of community made content that takes that and extends out the universe, like expands the map. So you get to use the whole map, and then it extends the timeline from I think the late 3020s, early 3030s to the clan invasion, or no, to 3060. And then that's one thing. So it's called BattleTech. So if you go on Steam and type in BattleTech, that's part of the reason I pulled it up. Yeah, you can see it. Let me full screen it. Well, that's not what I wanted. Let's see if I can go to the developer website. Oh God, that's terrible. Oh wait, hold on. You can't see it. That's really weird. Okay, I think we're gonna do this. So what's happening? Yeah, I was a little bit confused about what was going on. So I'm going to see if that works. All right, so you should get my desktop. I'll get back into Satisfactory in a second. Hopefully I hit save. It's this game here, sorry. And what I was complaining about was that it didn't go directly to the page. God, this is terrible. It's absolutely awful. But anyway, it's BattleTech, right? Yeah. So if you haven't played it, it's really good. And then what I've ended up doing and I'll just show this real quick, and I don't want to get it back out of the directory. But there's community content here. So I'm playing BattleTech Extended Tactics, which is the expanded universe. It goes all the way up to 3060, and then BattleTech Advanced 3062 goes up past that. So yeah, it's good stuff. I very much enjoyed it. It's pretty faithful to what I remember. My son and I he's into it. So every so often we'll get out the minis and set up a map on the table and do like a lance type battle. I'd like to do something a little bigger, but yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, if you haven't played it yet though, Wandering, I'd recommend it. It's good. Yeah, yeah. I was okay, so another tangent because I'm a BattleTech nerd. I found someone on Reddit in one of the BattleTech. Yeah, yeah. I started doing a career in. Yeah, yeah. I'm on the fence on GTA. I remember I played GTA 4 when it released for a while. It was fun. I had a good time. Um, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna even bother with it personally. Um, but what was I talking about? BattleTech. Yeah. Um, and then there was another tangent I was going off of there. Anyway, I'll remember it again. I got squirreled. KB, I'm gonna refund all of your caffeinates. By the way, but yes, thanks for the hydrate, Iwu. I wish I could remember what the hell I was doing. Yeah, it should do it. I'm hoping it auto-saved when I quit. I might have to rebuild something. Okay. For just a brief minute there, I thought I was gonna be upset with myself for being a dunderhead. I probably should hotkey that, but logistics, I want Mark 1. Lift. And how am I going to do power? Do I want to run it along here to make it somewhat modular? Maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do. All right. All right, that's running. I need to get power. Let's deal with power first. I connected both of those. I've got one pole. So let's do this. Connect that. Okay, I'm on the wrong thing. Of course, that's why it's behaving sillily. Okay, so we'll connect that guy. Why am I stuck? You know what? Sometimes I hate popular culture because I feel compelled now to put step bro every time I say the word stuck. It's really, really bad. And I feel bad for even saying it. All right, power. Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna drop it there. And then I can just run this run this. Okay, I'm keeping it fully on. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this going down here, and I'll get it connected to my grid. Yeah, one of the things that I liked when they got close to 1.0 is they extended. I think they made this distance longer, and they made it, I think, if I remember correctly, easier to connect. Put poles, giggity, in between existing lines. It made everything easier. And I think I can just do that. Yes, I can do that. There we go. Okay, so that's 600 megawatts. The cool thing is I'll have... All right. Mad Cat, Wandering, Ewu, if you decide to come back. KB, Crypt, if you're still here. You cannot let me forget that when I heat up that the additional coal nodes, that I have to go find an additional 0.21 or 210 megawatts of power, because then I will have 1.21 gigawatts of capacity, and we need to screenshot it. Don't let me forget. Because what ends up happening at my age, if I let my hair grow out, I actually kind of start looking like Christopher Lloyd, and I can try to do the voice. Yes, but it has to be only 210, and it has to be exact. Because otherwise, I have failed as a nerd. All right, so let's just this. Yeah. Because then I can put up. Yeah. I'm gonna beat this joke to death. Yes. No. Yeah. Because I'll have actually. No, I take that back. Actually, I have to check my math. Because I'll have 1.2 gigawatts of power. I just need 100. I just need 10. So how am I going to get 10? Yeah, I'm going to figure this out. Otherwise, again, I will have failed. It needs to be 1.21. It's going to be a while because I have to, before I can even think about doing that, I have to get some blueprints done. Oh, yeah. Good point. I can underclock a biomass burner. That'll do it. Will I have that unlocked by then? Is that even a thing I can unlock? I don't remember. All right, so... Okay, so I have a question. Yeah, no, I can you're right, I can underclock it. I can underclock it by 33%. And that will get me exactly what I need. What I find... So have you guys seen this if you're still playing? So there's nothing off kilter here, right? It's a 90-degree corner up there. I'm in the center. It drops down. I do a straight node, and it has a little... has this little bend in it. I have no idea why. And if I hit it to a curve or a default, it's fine. It's maddening. All right. You know, the minute I said that, Mad Cat, I knew. I absolutely knew. And I'm frankly, I'm embarrassed and I'm upset that I didn't think of it myself. So there you have it. All right. So I guess the question is, how am I going to negotiate getting up above? You know what? I'm going to deal with that later. Because that's good enough. Getting everything where I need it to be is good enough for now. Okay. Now I need to do this. Nope, not there. Connect to the end, please, and thank you. Then I'm gonna have to go get. Oh, I did. Happened. Yeah. I swear to God. It don't make no damn sense. All right. It's my hope, though, is like, oh, what's this? What did I have here that I didn't have enough room to pick up? Oh. All right. I don't need a second one of those. Okay. Yeah, well, when what I was looking at wandering, the funny thing is I couldn't tell if it was an actual bug or a visual bug. It looked like a visual bug for just a second. And that it probably is, but what I find is that, or what I found is that where that's happened, I can't, I actually can't ever have them be straight ever again. All right, so here's where I've got to make a decision. And this is where the spaghetti starts, to be honest. Is somehow or another I've got to negotiate getting over this and up there. So let's think a little bit. I've already gotten to a point where I have yeah, I think what I might do. No, that's a curse. You want them to be straight. Oh, and I forgot to make that look pretty. Or not pretty, but at least not look weird over there. It's like, okay, so I need to be able to walk. I've kind of planned, I thought I was planning ahead here, but now it's just in the way. I don't remember why I did this. Honestly. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is we are going to leave most of this. Yeah, okay. I think I've got a plan. And that plan is to zoop this out a little bit. No, I guess I need to go that far. All right, I guess I have to put one there too, don't I? Yep. And am I worried about it not looking the same? No, not particularly. Not yet, at least. Because eventually this is like all gonna get covered up, and I'll actually build a building around some of this. But what I was thinking is I'm gonna take the copper sheets up here and get them so at least I have all my storage in one place. What I might do, depending on how much room I have, is we'll take all four of those guys, all four of these guys, and I have to make a couple of. I might do tier 2 belts. I got to remember when I unlock tier 3s, but tier 2 belts. I think I have to have. I might have it. No, I think I unlock it after I do this stage where I get the blueprints, or the foundry. I don't remember which. But I'll bring all of the iron ingots here, and then I will take them up, and but I'll centralize them here, and then just do one fast belt up top, or a couple of fast belts, so I can do. I think I've got reinforced plates, but I can do modular frames and the other thing that I'm forgetting. But okay, so yeah, we're gonna come over here. How? Oh, I know what we'll use. Yeah. And I'm gonna take a guess, and I can do this. And let's see how. What are you doing? Okay, I gotta go down there, I guess. It doesn't like. No spaghetti, though. This is the only bit of spaghetti we're gonna do today. Now, one of the things I really wish that would be in is that I could do an actual. That's the way I should do it. But I am going to dismantle that one and this one, and try again with the straight version. So at least it. Oh no, I have to do the curved. And we'll go back up here and then connect it. That's what we'll do. But I think this puts us in a good place to be able to have a decently sloped ramp. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, you know what? All right. This is the beauty of this game, is once you build something, you realize you built it in the wrong spot, and you have to rebuild it. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm just going to assume that I'm gonna have to pick up some plates here in a minute. Yep. Or not plates, but some ingots. Nope, don't highlight that, highlight that. Take care of that guy, we'll take care of that guy. Because it needs to go here. Do I have good? All right. Alright, so connecto changeo. I think I'm gonna stop this here. And then connect this here, so at least it's on a easier curve. Now, if I would have planned it out better, everything would have been in the right spot to begin with. Because what I realized I needed to do was or what I wanted to do, was have it go up here. Yeah, I think you can do that. At least the thinking, or at least the way I'm thinking about it, there's a distinct entry point for the ingots that I can then decide where I wanted it to go. And then we can go figure out where we're going to put a foundry. And actually, now that I think about it, I need to go look at the recipe for the foundry. Actually, there's a lot of build that has to happen between now and then, of course, but the foundry will get put down so we can get this stage done. Okay, so ingots should be coming along here shortly. Really need to put a conveyor. Did I make it too close? I did. Unacceptable. I probably did it down there too. But I'm just going to pretend. Oops. I'm going to pretend that that didn't happen. No. Yes. Yeah, okay. Mad Cat, I love you, man. Thank you for reminding me about that. Oh God, this is going to bother me forever now. I'm having to use curve to get a straight belt because straight gives me... doesn't give me a straight belt all the time. All right, no, we're not going to do that, are we? We're going to move my little ramp over. Yeah, all right, so... and then... All right. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I guess we have to do it twice, don't we? Do I have a... No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Right there. And let's zoop this guy. Okay, that'll work. That will work. All right, so extend this guy out to... That's too close. What we've learned is we can just do that. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. All right. Mark one lift. All right. All right. And here is our next unplanned for problem. We've got our ingot supply coming, and I didn't plan it. So we are going to oh, that's obnoxious. I can't even look at that. See if I can get it to snap to the right thing here. There we go. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that'll work. All right, yep, this is what we're gonna do. We are going to not send it that way. We're going to send it this way. So take that down, take that down, take that down. Okay, how do we make this happen? We make this happen by doing this. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna take it this way. And that way all of the copper will be in the same general vicinity. So I now have to extend out the floor. How many tickets do we... Oh yeah, we're doing good there. Okay. But at least we've got an obscenely, obnoxiously long supply line that gets us what we need. So we're going to do that. We're just going to zoopity zoopity zoop. I'm not even going to worry about that. Yeah. I'm not even worried that it's floating up in the air right now. That's a problem for a nut. Oh, I'm out of... Lo and behold, I ran out of concrete. Imagine that. Now I need to get the blades unlocked. Where's my concrete? It's right there. Let's do this. So I've got something shiny that I think I need to take care of. Do I need it for research? Okay, I don't have those yet. I should find those soon. I probably could manually do an alien DNA capsule. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I can. Okay. Actually, no. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right damn now. I've got enough wire. Need 1,000. All right. So don't need any leaves. I've got more than enough biomass. I have wood. Yeah, I said it. I don't need it. I got a slug, that's fine. So, do I have enough to... How much do I have in my inventory now? Let's just go drop this stuff that I know I don't need right now in storage. Okay, I don't need that yet. Don't need that yet. Don't need that just yet. Don't really need the mycelium just yet. That I can get rid of. The Caterium I do need. The sulfur's fine. Yeah, this... So what I'm doing is I can... If I research... If I get that wire... I think it's mycelium... No. Yeah, so I've got food. I just need to go get 3 of those and I'll unlock 6 inventory slots. So we're going to do that right now. Because that will solve a few problems. So we're just going to do that for now. But I need to unlock the blades. I forgot what I need to... No. That's not it. This is it. Oh. That's why. Okay. We'll research that. Okay, good. Then this.
Research completed. Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for fix-it coupons at the Awesome Sync.
Okay, so I've got those two.
We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Pocket dimension significantly expanded. I worked all afternoon, analyzing the transdimensional confibulatory permutations of alien DNA to achieve this. We are all doing our part for Fix-It.
Alright, just need the food for now. Yeah. Alright, I got that one done. I don't have those just yet. I don't have those yet. What is this? I remember there being something here. I don't remember what it was. Alright, so I've got... I guess I can go grab my nuts. I've got enough of those. I will grab all this alien crap. And then I can turn it. Yes, but I need more than two. All right. So let's close that. That. Okay. Hold on. I hate that. Okay, so I have to do the proteins first. Yes. Okay. Might as well get this done and out of the way because I will need it. The inventory slots or the equipment slots are always worthwhile. In my other save, I actually used smart splitters and stuff where I just dump all of this crap in one storage thing. Yes, that's all we can expect. Go get your tea. If you can't make nut jokes in the morning, what can you do? All right, so I've got alien DNA. That's good. These are great to put in your Awesome Sync for customizations. And I probably should go set the default color for all of my walls and stuff, but not today. Or not now, I should say. All right, and we do 9 o'clock. It's fine. All right, I think I'm gonna stop at 35 of these, and we'll just go do the research bits. Is it made? Yeah. Okay, that one's fine. I can unlock this. Okay.
Research to develop the rebar gun is now available. When completed, you will be in possession of a tool effective against any local obstacles actively objecting to the Fix-It mission.
Uh-huh. So, my experience with the rebar gun is it's interesting, but ultimately a waste of time. But I'll unlock it anyway.
Rebar gun and iron rebar ammo unlocked. Your ingenuity towards preservation of Fix-It property has been noted. You
Okay.
earned a micro break.
A micro
Welcome
break.
back. I hope you feel refreshed.
Oh yeah? So I kind of skipped it and went I just avoided the big guys until I got whatever you unlock later on that takes black powder. Yeah, okay. Deuterium. Oh yeah, I was gonna do this one too while I was here. Oh yeah, I guess that would work.
Research completed.
All right.
Deuterium ingot recipe unlocked. New deuterium research available.
Okay, that's just an unlock of a node. Okay, that's fine. What I need to get down to is down in this part of the tree. This is where I'm headed next. All right, so let's get back to. Oh wait, is there something I can do in sulfur here? Oh no, not yet. And quartz. What do we need here? Okay, that's silica. All right, that's going to be a little bit. I might be able to get it by hand once I go out and about. I may have to take a quick break. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to take a quick break. I need to refill my my beverage. I'll start ads a little early, so I'll be right back. I was going to say don't go anywhere, but you do you. I'm not your daddy. I'll be back. All right, I'm back, but I'm a complete and total newbie. Forgot to hit the run ad button. So by the time I got back down here, they had just started. Okay. So yeah, we did some researchy things. We still need to get my keyboard back over. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, still like 2 minutes left. Now I can properly hydrate, and while I'm thinking about it, I thought I was on my live dashboard over here. Can I do it from here? God, that's busy. I want to do it from there. I want to do it from here. Okay. Complete. Complete. I'm just going through the request queue so I can reject and refund points for caffeinate. And hydrate. Got it. Okay. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. What else? Another minute or so. Oh, I guess I'll wait another 50 seconds before that too. I just had a thought. I probably should, on that donation page, change it over to the scrub first kind of mission-y statement. That's not a bad idea. I should probably figure out where quartz is over here. That'd be a bad idea. I scan for it? Is there more quartz anywhere close? Alright, Veruca salt. 5 seconds. How far away? That's a long... Yeah, it's a long ways away. Alrighty then. No, there's lots of quartz, but none of it close. Okay. Alright, so I'm an idiot. I guess I've always known this, but I live with it every day. Welcome back, Daddy. So, a couple of random thoughts. I now can hydrate. So I did those points. KB, if you're still here, I refunded your caffeinate points. I should probably put a time restriction on those, because I am not a caffeine at night kind of guy. Couple of things. I should, on the donation link, I should put the scrub first mission statement and why I think it makes sense. So I'll make a note to go do that. What else? I think that was it. I'm sure there was something I'm forgetting. But we've already firmly established that I have got squirrel on the brain today. Okay, so we're good there. We're good there. Okay, while we're here, I do want to see something. So I know I need 200 steel beams. That's fine. My goal is to unlock the blueprint gun. That is priority number 1. Expanded power infrastructure. Okay, so I think it's this one that I need next. Yeah, this is the one I need next. And I can't remember if dimensional depots are... No, that's right. Dimensional depots aren't tied to a phase. They're unlocked in the MAM when you get down the alien tech tree, right? So once I work my way through this, which means I need to go find a SAM node, and I know where there are some, but I don't want to go looking for them just yet. But once I get down here, I think I just unlock them, so they're not tied to that. But I have to unlock steel before I can do anything else. But what we were really working on was expanding this way so I could do my metal sheets and get them over to the awesome sink. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll go around or get this thing's. Yeah, that's fine. Don't mind my vertigo. So yeah, I think we're gonna stick with the same kind of faux aesthetic here. Just go all the way over. Now I wish it wouldn't do that, but that's fine. There. I think oh, you know, I just realized that I can count on the screen instead of trying to line it up visually. And I definitely hearing my voice like a knucklehead, because I had my page or my mod view up to refund those points. Okay, so how can I? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make use of this handy. Nope, I'm gonna hit that. And we are going to make this literally unplayable. Missing cable, really?
Magic is impressive, but now Minsk leads.
Oh,
Swords for
Nikki!
everyone.
Nikki, hello, Nikki. I was gonna raid you,
Magic
my
is
friend.
impressive, but now Minsk leads. Swords for everyone.
Hawking around. Thank you so much for the raid. Nikki with 22, Hawking with 14. Thank you very much for the raid. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I know that you streamed together tonight. I had you guys up on a separate screen, so hopefully you guys had a fun time. Folks who are new here or don't know,
Make way, villainy. Hero coming through.
Hawking around. Thank you for the follow, sir. But yeah, folks, if you haven't met either Nikki or Hawking around, go give them a follow. They are two of the absolute most adorable people ever. I love them to death. They're hilariously funny. Yeah, it's all good, Hawking. There are times I go into channels like, I knew I followed you. Why the hell am I not? It's all good. But yeah, you go hang out with them, especially when they're together, because they're freaking hilarious. They're really fun to watch. But please go give them a follow and go check them out. They are amazing, and they're genuinely great people as well. I do hope to get to meet them in person at some point. I won't make it awkward like I do with Pask, I promise. But definitely go give them a follow. Hopefully you guys had fun. What were you guys playing tonight? Borderlands 4, the standard. Okay, that's good stuff. Yeah, I had you up on Lurk. It's been a long week, and I thought, you know what? I need to go get my factory to a place where I am happy with it, even though it's floating in the air right now. So I figured, what the hell? Friday night, we'll do it. But yeah, so actually, have you guys, folks with Nikki, have any of you played this game? Do I need to explain what I'm doing? I'm happy to do it. It looks really confusing. It's not. Folks like Wandering Endlessly and Mad Cat Terran. Mad Cat's also a streamer, so go give him a follow. But essentially, it's a factory building game, and the AI that's teaching you, or not teaching you, but that wants you to do everything is a lot like GLaDOS from Half-Life. No, from Portal. So there's a whole bunch of snark. Yes, exactly. But the funny thing is, like, Wandering, you've said that before, and it's kind of true, but there's another aspect of it. If you have one of those brains that gets a big serotonin hit for solving problems, this is the game for you, because it's really all about solving problems. So what I'm doing is, this is my second playthrough, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I've forgotten some things, but I kind of know what I'm doing. I wanted to start a new playthrough from scratch. I wanted to stream it, and I wanted to kind of talk through what I'm doing and why, and then, you know, give everyone an opportunity to laugh when I make mistakes, because haven't made too many today. Like, I haven't took down my power grid yet. and hopefully those days are behind me. But I certainly have done some things. So what I'm doing is, this is my main. So this is a big space elevator, right? And your first project is to build the space elevator, and then you have to put things in the space elevator. So you see the phase 2 and the milestones there. That's how you build it. And it involves raping the landscape for resources, and then building stuff. And where the fun is for problem solving, for me at least, is how do I get the things where I need them to go, and how do I build the things I need in order to do the objectives in a way that doesn't hurt my brain. In fact, maybe one of these days, maybe on Sunday or Monday, I'll go through Reddit, and I can terrorize myself at some of the endless spaghetti messes that people post, because I have a hard time looking at them. Not that they make me feel weird or anything. It's just I can't make sense of it. So I kind of just shake my head and keep going. In fact, I have a really good friend that played this, and I was giving him a hard time. I couldn't bear to watch him build his factory, because I'm trying to figure out how it would solve problems if they came up, and oh god, it drove me insane. So anyway, what we're doing right now is I now have a space to work in, and that's gonna, the grass poking through is gonna bother me, but whatever. I need to, all of these copper ingots come from the other side of that hill right there that my cursor's on, and now I'm going to make them into something that I can use later. And I've got a few other projects to do in a similar vein. So all of these miners over here, and these two, yeah, these two right here are going to do the same thing. So that is my goal. And then right before you guys came over, I was doing some research to expand my inventory and things, so I could build more stuff and not have to go back and forth a whole bunch of times. So I know it must be late for you guys. Like I think Hawken, you're on the West Coast like I am, but I think Nikki, you're a little farther east. I don't know. I don't know how much of a night owl you are, but I guess it's Friday, so feel free to hang out if you want. If not, I understand totally. All right, so the part where the math comes is here in a second. I've got 60 copper ingots per minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to all right, so those that were here before, you want to know exactly how weird it is. So this is supposed to be straight. I don't know if you can see just the slight, well, if you were the belt, you would say it curves slightly to the right, no, to the left. But for me, it curves to the right. This is supposed to be a straight thing. It doesn't do that. It's annoying. And it makes my eye twitch. So we're just going to switch it back to the setting we need it to be on. So I'm building belts to bring it to the end, so I can have my production line similar to these guys over here, and I can make the thing I need and get it to where I need to go. So anyway, that's the basic gist of the game. It uncovers the story as you unlock things, and you figure, I assume, and I don't know, Wandering or Iwu, if you're still here, if the end actually tells you why you're doing what you're doing, but up until then you don't really know exactly why you're there. Well, you know you're there, and they want you to do things, but you don't know the why behind it, which I always find exceptionally interesting. All right, so I've got this close enough. Now we need to start putting in our actual machines that are going to make actual things. All right, so standard part copper sheets. All right, I can't do that just yet, so I guess I'll drop one down. We'll figure it out. Okay. We will do that. Oh, is that it? Or is there some big reveal at the end? I mean, don't spoil it, because I don't necessarily want it spoiled, but I know she tells you that, but the whole, and maybe she doesn't tell you, but maybe the other entity, which is the wrong word, but the thing, the thing that you find out that talks to you separately. Okay. It's going to be interesting. I still haven't finished it yet. So. Okay. But I'm hoping there's a twist, but and don't spoil it. Tease all you want, Mad Cat. I'm always good for a tease. Oh, I just saw that, Nikki. Have a good sleep if you're still here. Sweet dreams. Get some rest. I know you need it. I love your face. All right, constructor. And don't be like me. All right, so when we say OCD simulator, there's a little bit of... oh, I'm out of cables. Go figure. Got it. This guy... I have questions. How did he get up here? And why, for God's sakes, are you standing there? Move it. Come on. Oh, he's definitely stuck. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna leave him be. He's a big boy. That's what I need. I guess I must have used... I must have laid a lot of cable when I was... bringing my... power over there. Didn't think I used so much. Yeah, well, I think I've already got the achievement. I definitely have beaten one with the beat stick in my last save. That definitely happened. Because he was keeping me from building, and he was slow. All right, so what we're gonna do is this: copper sheets. Okay, here's the math. Is these take in 20 copper ingots a minute and produce 10 copper sheets a minute? That's all fine. I've got 60 coming in, which means I need to build three whatever the hell this machine is. 3 constructors. You'd think I typed it in my status message. John, how are you doing, buddy? You'd think I would get that because I typed it in a whole bunch of times. So the cool thing that's going on here is this. So I can hit Control C on this and hit the right keys. So it's got all the settings, right? I can hit Control V and Control V, and it copies the config, which is super cool. The other thing that my buddy Mad Cat reminded me of, thankfully, is that I can use my middle mouse button to click on something to set it to build versus looking it up. I'm sure that it was riveting content to see me. Yes. I am not going to forget about 1.21 gigawatts. You'd have to take away my nerd card if I forgot that. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to take this 60 and set it up in a manifold. Because I ain't got no time. I'm not in a hurry, but I also don't have time to figure out how to get them evenly balanced with splitters. Because it'd be like, okay, I have to split it into 30, and then I have to split it again, and then, yeah, it's too much. A manifold is easier. Well, and the funny thing, the funny thing here is there's no way I'm getting to 1.21 gigawatts tonight. I mean, I guess I could, now that I think about it. But it'll probably take another hour or so to get that done. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to take all 60. What's going to happen is all 60 of the bars that come in. This is the one thing that you're going to get frustrated if you play this. Is you're going to set something up like I just did. You're going to say copy it, and then you're going to forget to align the input. And then you're going to try to do it, and the belts won't connect the way you want. And then you're going to do a heavy sigh like I just did, and delete it and redo it. But thankfully, we're almost done with having to do this by hand. So anyway, what's going to happen is we're going to take the 60, these 60 per minute. It's going to go here. It's going to initially send 30 per minute to this machine. It's going to, you only use 20, so it's going to back up. And then once the point it backs up, the 15 plus whatever the overflow is going to go down this belt to this next machine, and then that's going to fill up, and then that next one's going to fill up, and eventually they will use exactly what you're sending to them. So what I'm going to do here is take half of that, and then I'm going to do half of that, and half of that, and I'm going to put about 25 in the top of these. So hopefully they will, that whole filling up process will happen quickly. And then we can get this going without having to do a whole bunch of hocus pocus. All right, so we'll split that, and we'll just drop these. We'll drop these in the end to speed up that process. And then what'll happen is I connect this guy here. Yeah, nice square belt. Thank you very much. Oh, it'll be more fun wandering. So what'll happen is I'll make a blueprint, and then I'll forget the same thing that I always forget, and then I'll drop down 3 or 4 of them, and then I'll be forced to make the decision whether I tear it all down or whether I troubleshoot one of them and have to figure out where that happened. So what's going on here is after I drop the ingots that I was carrying around, this is going to fill up anyway. All right, so that's the input. The output is going to be the same. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have these get collected and go straight to storage. So we're going to do a merger, which takes up, the splitter takes 3 inputs, or no, splitter is 1 input, 3 outputs. The merger is the opposite of that, as you might expect. It's 3 inputs, 1 output. So what's going to happen is each of these, and I'll remember to turn it this time, is we'll get lined up with the one next to it, and the output will all get sent down one belt again. But yeah, I'm going to screw up a blueprint wandering, and like I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And it will be a very quick thing. All right, so a little food for thought here. Can I get on top of this guy? Yeah. Is there a ladder on here? Most of these things have... Oh, there it is. Okay, this is perfect. All right, so this is like a junk shop, and I'm sending stuff here so I can get tickets out of it to unlock cosmetics. That's what's going on. So what's going to happen is I'm taking the output from all these guys. I'm going to send it to storage, and then I'm going to set it up so once storage fills up, I'll route everything here to this this device and get tickets. That way everything keeps running, and it keeps the factory from fluctuating. Now I have 2 other factories to build, and I don't know if I'm going to get to those tonight or not, maybe, but we shall see. We shall see. But let's get organization. All right, so that's lined up. One of the helpful things is if you're in, there's a little bit of snapping that happens with each of these blueprint guys. What I'm doing is I'm leaving enough room that I can send my stuff to storage, which is a storage bin. I'm leaving enough room so when I do the belt from here to here, I can put a splitter in the middle of it. So I am prepared. Okay, I'm not worried about clipping. Oh, no, that's what I want. This is one of the things that I always forget to do. Like, I think I've got it in the right place. You actually have to hover your mouse over the belt itself for it to snap to it and actually split the things. All right, so that is good to go. The only thing we've got left to do, and I think what I'm going to do, is start from this side, and I'm just going to put a merger here. Is it merger 6? Yeah. All right, that's in the right place. We'll put it there, and that'll allow me to, shoot, I don't know if I did that right now that I think about it. 6. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. The other thing to notice when you do this, if you do it properly, it will automatically line up with your belt, which is nice. But what I'm going to do is I'm not really worried about how fast that is. I'm going to build a path for it to get from where it is to that splitter, and I won't actually connect it until it gets closer to being done. But this is ready to go. Now I just need to power it. And to do that, these are all on the back. They got 3, so we're gonna run. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna run power. We'll do it here in the center. And at least for now, I'm gonna just fire them up. All right, and as you can see, it just started going once the power was there. And it's got enough ingots. Yep, it's taking 20 per minute. I'm so a little surprised that that wasn't full. I thought I had it, well, maybe that's flowing in. That number is encrypted. No, that's fine. I wonder if my math was off. I would expect that number to climb a little faster. Oh, no, it is. Never mind. Okay, and that one's fine, too. Oh, okay, I'm leaving. All right. Anyway, it's now doing its thing. The green lights tell us that we're doing what we need it to do. And this is what I want. I want all of these copper sheets to go there. And eventually I'm going to leave these running forever, and they'll just go to dimensional storage. That is the goal. And when this gets close to being full, and it's going to take a little while, it will, then I'll connect this, and it'll be fine. And I'm still producing 600 megawatts of power. I'm only really consuming somewhere in the neighborhood of 350, which is pretty good. So what'll end up happening as you look at this, the minute this blue line starts to get close to this upper gray line, I'll go build that other power plant. I don't know if I'll even make it there for a while. But actually, you know what? Okay, so we got that one done. I need to, this will be the base. This will be the base level for the factory campus that I want to build. So I think I'm okay with this. I'll be honest. I think I'm okay. Eventually I'll worry about foundations and things to make it look a little better and put hyper tubes in. But for now, I think we're good. Okay, let's do this. I guess maybe I'll ask chat if you're here and paying attention and or have an opinion. I can go. I gotta look and see if I've got enough resources real quick. All right, I need to go get a whole bunch of plates and a bunch of motors. I'm not making. Okay, I can't build. Well, I can, but I don't want to do it by hand. I need to auto. I'm automated to two of the parts. I need to do the part in the center. So let's do that next. Yeah, let's do that next. Yeah, let's do that. So we are definitely going to need more iron. How am I going to do this? So I've got plates. Now I have to start putting up signs because I don't remember exactly what I have where. I haven't unlocked that cosmetic yet. But this particular line should be... How close are we? Yeah, it's close to being full. And I got the same kind of overflow construct where I'm making screws. Any overflow from storage gets sent to the garbage and recycled. Same with rods and iron plates. And when we get these done, yeah, so motors has got to be next. So let's do this. So I've got a whole bunch of iron that way. Do I really want to run around for all of that stuff, or do I want to centralize it? That's the question. All right, I always beeline for the Mark II miners. Yeah, I feel ya. Fumble the steel to get those built, and then have twice as much of the iron from the starter nodes. Yeah. Well, and I seem like I remember there's a recipe to make to take, I think, water and iron ingots and turn them into steel, if I remember correctly. There's an alternate recipe, I thought. If I were smart, I'd spend the first half of the game running around and finding hard drives and optimizing it, but that actually would be kind of funny, especially when I got over to the swamp with all those damn spiders. That place was terrifying. But I think what I'm going to do is this, right? So I've got this particular production line doing what I want and needed to do. It takes a while, which is fine, but it's enough for now. And I'm not really planning it too far ahead. I just know that I will need these things. And eventually there's alternate recipes for the motors and this will be obsolete. But for now, I'm not too worried about it. I just need to decide how to approach this. I've got enough space to work with. So maybe for now, I'll at least get ingots going over there. Let's do that. I know I'm going to need iron ingots, and I know that I'm going to need a lot of them. So probably what I should do is figure out how many I can get going and how many 120 per minute, how many Mark II belts I can bring up here. And maybe what I will do, maybe what I'll do is, you know, yeah, okay, I just had an idea. I'm going to put a marker. All right, and I'm purposely making this an eyesore, because maybe what I can do is start some sort of logistics floor underneath it here, where maybe I put a shorty, a 2-foot or a 1-foot floor foundation, and then put another one on the bottom and take it that way. That might be the way to go. I now know why people who play this a lot do logistics floors if they don't want spaghetti, and why they do modular designs. But for now, there's going to be enough to do just to get the ingots to a good place. So let's do ingots. All right, I actually need... I don't think I need those just yet. But I do need my nuts. All right, so that is impure. Impure is 30. Is this impure also? And I know I could go look. The easy way, it's also impure. So this gives me 60. That is a good start. I don't like that. No, I need 0. I probably should hotkey that to something different. I probably should hotkey that to something different. There we go. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna. I am gonna ramp this instead of what I had planned on doing, so it doesn't look so much like ass. All right. So I think we're gonna take the 30s, and we're just gonna merge them right off the bat. So let's do. Okay, so I want. All right, I guess I'll live with that. We're gonna merge them right off the bat. Good. So I snapped these to the world grid, so hopefully that works. All right, so I got that. Yeah, I'm okay with that being straight, fine. Oh, that's right, I powered those, I forgot. All right, that looks relatively clean. So let's do this. We're going to use, that's it, no, I need a merger. So we're gonna line you up right there, big as life. All right, so now we've got 60 iron ore per minute. And we need to turn those to ingots. And heaven forbid, I remember how many the smelter does. I think it's... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is... Yeah, okay. I'm unnecessarily overcomplicating this. I don't need to do it this way. Because this is impure, all I really need to do... And part of the reason I'm talking this through is so you can know at least what I'm thinking about here is this smelter to turn it into iron ingots takes 30 of... All right, misclick. So I want it to line up with both. To make iron ingots, it takes 30 a minute only. So I can just run it straight there. I don't need to get that complicated. And what I do need to do, though, is I need to... And we're going to do the same thing, I think. We're just going to build a wall, build a platform, take it straight that way. So... 7 is... Nope, 6. I'm going to have to switch those hotkeys. All right, so we're going to give ourselves a little bit of room to roam here. I guess that's fine. Because we need everything going that way. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to not... Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to move that and that. We're going to... Okay, we powered those guys. We need to power these, so let's do that now. What I'm doing is the whole deal with power poles in this game is a little funky. So Mark 1s you can only have 4. As you get farther along in the game, they have the capability to do more, but because you've got a limit of 4, sometimes you have to do really weird things like put power poles everywhere to run your machines. Or there's other cosmetics that make it a little easier. But these are going to do their thing. I just remembered that I do want to merge these, so I think I can do this. I think I'm safe doing that. Because that's still only 60 a minute, and that's fine for a Mark 1 belt. Yep. So now what I need to do is do the same thing over there. Is I need to take all of that output and get it converted to iron ingots and then do the math. I'm guessing, if I were to guess, I am guessing that I'm going to need 2 to 3 Mark 1 belts to get all of the iron where I need it to be. And there may just be a tiny bit of spaghetti here that maybe I fix, maybe I don't. Later on in the game, you actually get transport, better ways to transport it, but this is right now all we have. So we're going to live with it. So let's build ourselves some platforms. And question is, how do we want to do those platforms? Oops, 9. I think I go from here. Yeah, that'll work. And if I were smart, and I think we've already determined that I am not, I would have thought ahead a little bit and perhaps sent these over here, or built something in the center to handle it, but I am not smart. So there we go. So okay, that's how we're going to get it there. I think what I am going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of math and we'll do the smelting right down here. So it's flat. I don't have to muck with the terrain too much. And that should work. All right. Yeah, this will be good. But I'm going to run out of plates before... That's good. So before I run out of plates, let's just do some math. So this is impure at 30. Impure at 30, so 60. Impure 90. Impure 120. Okay. So I can do 1 tier 1 belt and 1 tier 2 belt when all is said and done. So let's think this through. I like the look of them all pointing towards the center, so I think I'm going to leave that. But let's put some shorty foundations, snap them to some world grid, like that one. Yeah. And I'm doing this mostly so I can keep track. Because eventually, I think I'll centralize everything here, and then it will just go down there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, but I'm out of plates. Early game is a lot of running back and forth, so I think these two I'll bring in from this direction. Those two I'll bring in from that direction, and then we'll smelt down here. And I think I only need 4 smelters, which is fine. But here's where you'll see I'll merge these two into one belt. I'll merge these two into another belt, and then I'll split them back off again. And then eventually at the end, I'll merge it all into a single belt that I will somehow get over here and then get up to where we need it to be. And then we'll see where that takes us, because it's about 10 o'clock and I'm old. I might need to find a raid target. The one funny thing is I do find that talking this through makes it easier to remember what I'm doing and talk myself out of doing dumb things off the get-go. And plates, right? Plates over here. Eventually I need a walkway or something over the top of these guys. The plates are over here. I need to start, maybe I'll unlock signs next. Yeah. That's good. That's very good. All right, well, I'm walking by my storage bin over here. I have to drop off a few things, so I'm... Yeah. Wondering if you're still around. I think I know what you're saying now. I need to figure out his path, because him flying through my building is going to be annoying. So ideally I can take care of that out of the gate. What was I going to put in here? I don't need that anymore. Don't need, okay, so I can get rid of the iron ore. I need to carry that around. Barrel nuts, don't need barrel nuts just yet. I really don't need stators, yeah. And I don't need that. Yeah, I was gonna, I had a question for you and now I forgot what it was. Yeah, I forgot what it was. See, that's what happens when you don't sleep well and you try to do smart things. Is eventually you turn into a blubbering idiot more so than you usually are. And hopefully that was enough plates. 1.21 gigawatts. Yes. Now, when I finally do it, I may actually try to do an actual Christopher Lloyd impersonation. Oh, I know. So when you or Ewu, if you're still here, I've decided that I don't like the ramps. At least not for belts. It looks terrible. I hate the fact that it, especially if you're going down a long ramp, it does this whole thing. It's not a smooth curve. So I stopped using them. I do it because if I need to run up them, I do it. But outside of that, I don't. I like even that curved belt bothers me. I want it to be just straight, and I don't know if there's a way you can do it unless you nudge it. What, you're back? Yep, and you're right where I need you. Yeah, that's why I've kind of done this whole, I would rather use two of the, whatever the hell these things are. Yeah, conveyor lifts, to get where I need to go than dealing with that. All right, so what we're gonna do is this. Go out to about here. And then we're gonna go to about here. Yeah, and then we'll fill that in with these guys. I'm not worried about clipping. Thank you very much. It's funny. So the funny thing is that people think I'm crazy, but my mouse DPI is set to about 6,500. I prefer it because I don't have to move my wrist very much. And I'm on. I work remotely, so I'm on the computer literally all day, and then I game. So the not having the huge movements to do the mouse, but what ends up happening for games like this, it gets really twitchy really fast. Okay, so we're going to switch those. All right, the input is going to be there, and then we're good. Is that's straight? That's default. I think I prefer that curve. What the hell? Yeah, that'll work. That's okay. Good. God, I can't wait until I unlock the magic legs. All right, straight. I think that is the right spot. Oh, I love this song. All right, let me text my kid real quick. Okay, that's good. Fine. Where is he? Here he is. Never mind, I'll just do it later. I'm gonna do dishes before I go to bed. Okay. Oh, that's right. I did this last time. Care. Okay, I get it. I don't like that. Not at all. I want it in the middle. Thank you very much. But I don't want it to be... There we go. This is where I'm going to do a lift. Do I have one here? Yeah, there's one. All right, that is good. That is good. Let's get this one taken care of. And let's see if we can... Oh no, I don't want to do 4-footers. I want 2-foot foundations. Come on. Snap, please. There we go. All right. So, how do we do this? We want, there's my splitter. No, merger. I want to point that way, and I want it in the middle. And belt. Ugh, that's not pretty, but it'll do. Yep, that'll do. All right, these are not powered yet, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't need a... Okay, so what have we learned? We have learned that occasionally I can make good decisions. Now we need to get someplace high where I can place my smelters unobstructed. There we go. All right. How many things here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be my transport lane, which means I'm not going to put a smelter there. So, smelter. Okay, input. Yeah, that'll work. So if I put that there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will go into a splitter for these two. That takes care of the 60 that they're getting, and these two will get 60. And life will be good. All right, so we're gonna fix this right now. Q. Right now, which ones do I always think? That's logistics. Yes, okay. All right, so conveyor splitter needs to be shift 6. Conveyor merger needs to be shift 7. That way I don't have to, it'd be funny for people to watch me to get this wrong hundreds and hundreds of times. I should probably do a counter, but we're not going to do that. All right, so splitter. Input is going the right way. It's lined up properly, so I splitter. Okay, that takes care of these two. This one I need to be lined up. But I need input here. And here. And straight belts there. Connect. Iron ingots, yes. Control C. Control V. Control V. Control V. All right. And this is going to be That'll work. Who is this? Cloud. Bad English? No, Sponge. Okay. There's too many. Okay. Gripe. Too many bands in the 90s had one-word names that were utterly, well, generally forgettable. All right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now I need to get power. And we'll get power up top first. How do I want to get power down here? That's probably the best way. I can do two. One here to the corner. I'll drop one down below. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That is good, good, good. And it would help if I'm not trying to put a belt up there. All right, so power pole here. Unfortunately, so one of the maybe not realistic things about this particular game, if you're into that sort of thing, is the power. There's no, you don't have to worry about how much a line can transmit. They limit you on connections only. So that 1.21 gigawatts that I very much want and need to make happen, same wire. And later on an end game, when I have well over that, like 25 or 100 or 1,000 gigawatts, it'll just work. Same power lines. All right, so we've got these guys going. Eventually, what you're going to see is ore come out of them. I don't remember what the cycle is, but there it is. There it is. It's coming. And then it's going to go down here and get backed up. I don't have those powered up yet, so it's not a big deal. But what I do need to do is get power from here. I think I'm going to do it to there. And what I'd like to do with power, if I'm not connecting to something, I don't mind running it across the landscape, but I do try to have it on a floor. And if I don't think I'm going to, if I think I'm going to build more floor, I'll hang it over the edge so it's directly in the center of that black dot, or that black section. If not, I just move it in a little bit. So these guys are now running also. And you can tell because you see them start to spin up. And eventually there's a light right there that turns green. All right, now that that has power, we have... we're gonna drop it. Sorry, hit that. And what I try to do is, if it's in a factory, I try to place them in the center. So there's gonna be one here, and then I will place another one in the center of however many I want to try to line them up. And that way, at least it looks somewhat pleasant. Then I can start to connect them, and I'm doing my best not to have it clip through anything. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, I may have forgotten something. That something, there should be a belt right here. Oh, and I'm going to snooze ads. Where's my mouse? Yeah, we're going to snooze ads. Yeah, so we'll snooze. I forgot a belt. So every time I start something up like this, I always double check. Now, intentionally, there's no belt here. But if you are paying close attention, I did it on both of these. And if I didn't check it, I would run away and then try to figure out why something doesn't work and have to trace my way all the way back here. So there is that. So we've got this now running. I should probably look at my power network. Yeah, so actually, you may get your wish. I may have to do the 1.21 gigawatts by the time I get these other two production lines going. I only have two left before I go find steel and look at the foundry. They're setting foundries up so I can do steel beams, and that will let me do tier 3 belts. So I don't remember when I unlocked tier 2 miners, but for now, we're going to take all of this, and yeah. Okay, so mergers. All right. We're going to merge all of this into one tier 3 belt. Hopefully I have enough plates. And that might be where we call it for the night. Is that lined up? I can't even tell. Literally cannot tell. Because what I have to do... Yeah. Get in there and connect the internal components, or not internal components, but connect the smelter to the belt, or to the merger, so I can consolidate this. Hey, Woo. All right, so this I think is ready to go. Yeah, this is definitely ready to go. So what I'm gonna have to do is this. I need to figure out how I'm going to get this over there where I need it. I think I'm just going to go out that way. In fact, I might as well drop the foundations down while I'm here. Yeah, so we'll just fill it all in. Yeah, we'll fill it all in. And... yeah, so then we'll fill it in, and where's my marker? I didn't put a marker down here. Okay. So yeah, I think we're gonna stop this part of the build just yet, because I put a marker way the hell up there. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This is a great place to... yeah, this is a great place to stop. So let's do this. We're gonna save. We'll see if we can find a... save it real quick. I'm old. If I ever need to go back and look at where we were at, I can do that now by save and by... so let's over save. Let's exit the main menu. Let's see who we can raid if there's some folks on. I really appreciate folks coming out tonight. I know I don't have a completely static schedule just yet, although I'm very much going... oh, I know who we're gonna go see. Yeah, Ewa, I am. It's 10 o'clock. I've been up since about 5 a.m. Under protest. Yeah, no worries, Mad Cat. Mad Cat, we still need to get on a Discord call too. I think between the two of us and the time difference always seems to get away from us. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go see. Let me see if I did this right. So I actually fixed my intermission screen. So hopefully I did it and folks are not muted. Okay, yeah. Wavelength still looks good. Thanks for coming by. I had a blast. It was good to see everyone. Ewood, it's nice to meet you. Wandering, thank you for being so regular and stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm Saturday and Sunday morning is probably going to be a pretty dependable schedule wise. I'm going to try to get on more during the week. And that Mad Cat, there's a joke there. Yeah, and I'll ping you because we do need to catch up. But yeah, thanks for coming by. I definitely should be somewhat more regular. I am going to start just kind of hopping on for a bit in the evenings, even though it may only be an hour or two. But yeah, yeah, thanks for coming by. I appreciate, love you all. Have a wonderful night. But let's go see, we're going to go see somebody I met through my friend J94, who's in the UK and very much sleeping. I'm going to snooze that ad because we don't need to see ads while we're there. But we're going to go see our friend, and I got to go back to that screen. We're going to go see Queen My Q. She is awesome. I just need to find her stream. But anyway, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Sleep well. I should be on in the morning. I do have something to do, but I should be on after that when I get back. So cheers. Have a good night. Love you. Bye.